Well, welcome to this week on Lake Erie Port of Call. Mike Jamison here, and Steve, if you can kind of plaid over to the boat here, we're in the middle of our detailing now, and getting some of the good stuff done, and we've got some really good guys, and I'm going to take you over here. This is Miguel. Miguel, how you doing, buddy?
All right, buddy.
He's doing a good job. He's helping out with buffing our boat out here, getting some stuff done. We're going to be doing a lot this week, and we got a big thing. We've got some VHF antennas that we got to do. We've got some other stuff here, and get ready so we can maybe get this boat in the water here real soon. This week on Lake Erie Port of Call. Well, we're here with Miguel. We just found him, and he said, I want to make your boat perfect. And he does take a long time. I'm just teasing. But seriously, Miguel, we've been talking about a lot of stuff here, and he said, for a 35-year-old boat, this hull looks pretty good.
It just needs tender love and care.
Right. And we went through here, and this is something they have, basically like an acid bath that we kind of put it through, and they have it at all the marinas here at Brenner. We got it, and Ken up there will get you all set up with that. And make sure you wear the gloves. We burned our hands with it. But what it was able to do is it just takes the years and years of that grit out.
It cleaned out the pores out of the paint and got rid of all the soot that was on the water that sticks on the boat, and all your marks and stains from everything that's sitting around.
Really?
So that acid bath actually took all that off, took the old wax off, and took whatever they put on it, and then we just preset it, compound it, and now we're going to do some waxing just to shine it up.
Well, let me ask, and that's one of the things I really wanted to show in this segment on. Well, I'm going to let you get back to work here and what you've done, but this compound that you put on here, we had to buff it in, and you buffed it in, and took it off.
I put drops in, and I swirled it in. I cleaned out a couple of layers, and then had to remove it because so much of the garbage that was coming out of the paint stuck on the rags and all, and it just years of soot.
Right.
So it just more or less the process how we did it, and you could see, and you'll see the finished product when I finish with the wax.
Are there any special ways if people don't have the ability to buff this out with a buffer? Is there any way that they can do it?
If you do it by hand,
it's going to just take forever.
It's just going to take centuries. By the time you go and put your boat in the water, it's going to be the next year.
Ready.
So if you got to block it and clean it up, and you know what I mean. You got to do it by sections and mark your sections so you don't get lost. Because I've been fighting with it.
Yeah, because no light.
I don't have no light. Plus, I don't see my section where I started and where I ended. But then you could see all the garbage when I picked it all up. But at the end of the day,
it looks beautiful. I hear, folks, that Miguel will be able to see his reflection in it. But just don't ask for the pointed, the poisoned apple.
Don't ask who's the most prettiest one, because the boat might crack and then we might sink it. And
exactly.
We're gonna have a problem. We don't need that. We don't need that.
Hi, I'm Marty Sutter, President of Genoa Bank, a locally owned community bank providing a full range of banking services. At Genoa Bank, we believe a bank should do more than just conduct business. We generally care about the communities we serve, and we take our hometown commitment to heart. Our biggest investment will always be in you, whether it's a personal account or business. Genoa Bank is committed to outstanding service. We want to know you by name and help you with all your banking needs. Genoa Bank, we take your banking needs personally.
I can tell love is everywhere. Like a new perfume in my hair. I just feel love is everywhere.
I'm geared up.
I'm geared up.
I'm geared up.
geared up?
Geared up.
I'm totally geared up.
We're geared up. Are you?
Get geared up at GearUpSportswear.com.
What can you expect from working with Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation? Our branch manager, Marty Bin, can help you navigate through the loan process with the service and speed you deserve. Contact Marty today to get pre-qualified. Make your home buying dreams a reality. Call 419-481-8696 to speak with Marty Bin today.
One of the things I want to show you is the ingenuity, and I'm going to introduce you to Steve here in a little bit. Steve's one of the best friends you could ever have, but I don't want you to really know him or like him because you're going to take him away from me. This guy can fix anything. He can do anything, and he does, and we've been very good friends for many, many years. But we're here at a part of Harrison's where there's no power and there's no water, so I want to show you. First, here's what we did. Steve took the generator out of my production truck at our Toledo Sports Network, so we have our generator here to get our power, and it's working real good, and it's amazing how quiet it is. And come here real quick, I'll take you to the back of the boat. So we didn't have any water. I couldn't get any water here, and it was kind of a bummer. So Steve had an ingenious idea of using the water right here from the lake. He's bouncing all over there. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. He put in a sump pump for. Matter of fact, we have our own sump pump in Maumee Bay right now, and so we got our water. And Steve's over on this side, and we're gonna have him doing some stuff. And he's got his power washer out. And see, we're get the back of the boat. This boat had some big letters and everything off, and we've got most of them off on this side, and we're working on this side now, and then Miguel's going to come over here and buff this out, and then we're working on the other side, and that's where Steve's doing the power washing right now. And then we're going to wax it, and basically we're going to be ready. We're going to try and put a Garmin unit in, and Tim Sell's going to help us with a transducer, and I got to put a VHS antenna on this thing, and then I really might do some. I'm going to get Steve to put some LED lights in for me here at the bottom. Well, folks, it's my pleasure. We're going to kind of take you through all the great things that are happening here in Toledo, especially with the yacht clubs and everything. We're starting out here with the Toledo Sailing Club. I don't want you to lose your thing there. We got some wind here. And we've got Dan and we've got Pete. Dan Manley, he is the Vice Commodore, right?
Commodore, yep.
And you were Commodore for two
past
sessions.
Commodore in 2007, 2014.
Fantastic. And then Pete, my buddy, we're not even supposed to do that anymore, are we? I've known Pete Maxwell for over 30 years, and he's the Commodore here now at the Toledo Sailing Club. And guys, what I really, the first thing before we even talk about this place and everything, explain the culture of what, a yacht club is, and what is the really good thing about being a part of a yacht club like this?
For me, we don't have any yachts. We're a boat club.
Sure.
There's 32 boat clubs, yacht clubs that belong to the AYC.
Okay.
Which is 50 some odd miles from the Toledo Light. So we all interact with each other. It's just not this club. This club's fantastic.
Oh, I know.
But they're all good clubs. We have friends. We've made friends through Michigan, out toward the east, as far east, almost to Cleveland, Put-in Bay Yacht Club. It's just a camaraderie for everyone. That we spend our weekends together. We have parties together. We have. It's like a big extended family.
It's like a boating fraternity.
I laugh. I think about it too. I go back to the old Fred Flintstone cartoons and the water buffaloes. I just did always. See, look at you guys. Well, yeah. Well, some of you don't wear them crazy hats, right? and all of that. But seriously, Pete, I've known you forever and ever, and whenever we talk about fun, it was always Pete Maxwell. And
I'm older now, though.
Oh yeah, but He's still got the laugh. He's still got the laugh. But you know what sets you know, the Toledo Sailing Club apart. Now, granted, you're right here, Walbridge Park area, right in front of Maumee River Yacht Club, and you know, you've done a ton of improvements here. This place is just awesome. I got a ton of friends that are here, and probably this is going to be the one for me because I got to be with old Doughboy here, you know, the man Pete Maxwell, because he's just a good guy. So what sets this club apart?
Well, we're a working club. And we used to say we're a working man club, but now we're a working person club. We got some great female members, women members, lady members, that they're really the backbone of our club.
They actually make everything work. I get
These
you.
ladies are top notch, the ones, and we've had, I think 3 of them now have been Commodores.
Very nice.
And then we have an auxiliary, and they support us greatly. And when I say we're a working club, we have so many members with different talents. We've got electricians, we got furnace people, we got cement people, we got what else we got then? DJs.
Yeah, you name it. I mean, we have a couple lawyers and a doctor or two, and just you name it.
That's where that
Pipe
camaraderie
fitters,
comes
everything.
in. Sure.
So it is a great network, and that's true for all the clubs and how we interact with each other. I mean, Maumee River, what a great neighbor.
Sure.
And actually, quick story, whether you want to use it or not, but Maumee River Yacht Club's kind of the reason we're here.
Okay.
Back in the 40s, there were 2 kids in the neighborhood that wanted to sail at Put-in Bay, but you had to be an AYC member. So it was a Maumee River member that forged these kids' card so they could race. And one of the kids either won or came in second.
Oh, wow.
And he took that card and was able to start this club because of Maumee River. So Maumee River's been a fantastic neighbor.
And we're like 1942, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 1942.
Yeah, there's some say 41, some
Yeah.
say 42.
Yeah.
It goes back and forth.
Right.
But, you know, and this is the thing, too, with that card and the ability to, you know, go to all the different yacht clubs in the area. Folks, I can't tell you, especially this year, and we were just talking about it before we went on camera, the fact that a lot of the events in the city of Toledo are not going to be here this year, which means all of the events and the fun things that'll be happening at the yacht clubs, I think we're going to have a lot of people there, and we'll make sure that we get all the information out. But, you know, the steak dinners, the chicken dinners, the things that you guys have, they're just phenomenal. The food's fun. You come here, have a couple of beers, you laugh, you talk, and it's a real nice thing. Now, you also have docks available, maybe. I mean, I would say they're at a premium here.
The season is still unfolding, obviously, with COVID and everything, but we have 90 docks, 170 members. I want to say available right now, there are probably 3 or 4 docks. I've been a member for 20 years, and we've never, in that 20 years, we've always been able to accommodate.
Okay.
Now, there have been years before that where there was a waiting list.
All right.
You know,
Could be interesting.
Somebody's boat is always in for repair.
Right.
Somebody's on vacation. We figure it out.
Sure. Well, I'm really excited about bringing ours down. If we can never get it in the water, it's like every day I'm doing something else on it. And I've had it out of the water now, and it's like, you know what? I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do that. But as I'm looking, I really don't see very many boats on the water yet. You know, here or down Maumee River and stuff, they're just not on the water yet. I mean, they can get in now, can't they, if they want to? Or are we still a little early?
Well,
we're a little early. We have to finish up the docks, which will happen in the next 2 weeks. Generally, our goal is middle of May. Mm-hmm. Obviously, with COVID this year, we had to wait.
Everything's back. Yeah.
Right, it's backed up because we had to wait for instruction on how we could work safely to put our marina in.
And one of the great things, folks, when you do get involved with the yacht club is, you know, you've got, they're called service hours, and you'll come down here and maybe you're going to help put the new deck on, or maybe they need help with cleaning the deck or putting docks in, and you use those service hours, and it's, you know, once again, that camaraderie, getting everybody together, having a good, believe me, it's a blast. The time when you're working, everybody's having a really good time, laughing.
We don't pay for a lot of things.
Right,
We get it done ourselves.
And And by the way, you got the 2019 Best of Toledo with the Toledo City paper. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
That was at Best Yacht Club.
Best
Is that
Marina.
Best Marina, very
Boat
good.
Club Marina, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, you better hold on to that. I don't want it to fly. We got a little windy
we can get
here.
another next year.
Yeah. Well, I know you're gonna have to hire a real good DJ at least once this summer. I know.
Yep. We'll have
Right.
some live entertainment too. We bring in some small bands and some DJs. And,
You never had me here.
Well, we have auditions.
I got the auditions.
Yeah.
If people would be interested in coming down here, and if they want to come down and just check it out, and would talk to one of you guys for accommodations and things, what would be the telephone number here?
Telephone number here is 382-5841.
I think so.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
I may have to double check that. But we
No,
also
that's it.
have
That's it.
www.sailingclub.com.
Okay.
So we do have a web page you can get on, and there should be a link with my name. I'm in charge of membership this year. You can contact me that way.
Very good. Very good.
And or call the club.
Or call Mike Jameson, who will contact us.
I will definitely do that.
You
I'm just so looking forward to pulling the old Alone Again Naturally in here. And, I won't pull it in this way, though, right? I'll go all the way around and go, okay,
Right.
I got a big boat. And just coming in here and just I'm probably going to have a foo-foo drink. You guys have foo-foo drinks
yeah.
there.
We
They have
do.
2 or
Oh,
3
yeah.
foo-foo drinks.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'll have some kind of good food and everything. What's the specialty here at the Sailing Club?
I'd say it's probably got to be the Brandy Alexander.
Brandy Alexander, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
We were going to have Mad Dog 2020, but I'm not sure. There's like 20
No,
flavors
that's when you
now.
were young.
Yeah,
That's when you were young.
There's like 20 flavors now. And 20 colors to maybe get sick on.
Yeah. I remember the old country quencher from Richard's Wild Irish Rose wine days.
gosh.
Yeah, we won't go too far with that. But seriously, the Toledo Sailing Club, there's just so many great little things that you can do here on the Maumee River, and take advantage of the fact that get some new stuff and check out some new things. And there's some wonderful parties that you do here, and people can just come down to the parties.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yep,
Yeah.
Walbridge Park, and it's just a great thing. And guys, thank you for. Well, we can't even do that.
You can't do
You're
that.
gonna do that. You're gonna do that. We'll be right back.
Different problems require different solutions. Seagate Roofing and Foundation Services has been solving water problems for over 30 years. We have the expertise to provide you with the best solution. Seagate replaces foundations, straightens walls, lifts sinking foundations, and waterproofs basements. Get your free estimate before you make a decision, because you deserve to have all the facts. We are the local experts.
244 LEAK Seagate.
Mike Jameson and Jameson's Mobile Music would like to talk to you about your entertainment needs for your upcoming wedding or special event. For over 25 years, Mike has made wonderful memories, one event at a time. Professional sound and lighting and video for your special event. Call us today for an affordable package for your special day. 419-514-1302. Jameson's Mobile Music and Video.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Want to take back control? A Generac home standby generator protects your home against power outages every second of every day, all year long, automatically, whether you're home or away. Control your power, control your life with a Generac home standby generator.
For a free estimate, call Schneider Sons Electric, 419-691-8284.
Well, folks, Bill Aiken, how you doing, buddy? Are we live? Wait, this, yeah.
There you go.
I got to make sure we do that the right way here. And hey, listen, 2020 is here. It's a kind of a crazy year and everything. I got to tell you, folks, I figured I'd be the first one in the water. I was so excited. I mean, literally, there was still snow and people were shoveling, and you had your boat in the water.
Yeah, well, you know, you prepare in the wintertime. If you put it away right, you can hopefully knock off the things on your list to get some good days, and it's also very convenient to have your boat where you work every day too.
Exactly. So. And you know, I was one of the last ones to go out, so I do want to recommend to everybody, make sure you shrink wrap your boat, and that's my first thing to say for the season on shrink wrapping. I oopsed.
Yeah. Some people do tarp it, and that's an option. But shrink wrapping is an expensive thing. But if you're going to store your boat outside, you really, in my opinion, you have to shrink wrap it. You have to put a cover on it. You got to protect it from the snow and the ice and the rain and all the elements that Mother Nature is going to provide.
Well, here we go. You know, we're doing a lot of work on our boat, and basically, you know, back when I got the boat, and you know, I was calling you, and I was so worried about the overheating and all this. It's like, JMO, calm down, man. It's all gonna work out, which it did. Everything worked out great. But the one thing everybody said, you know what? Don't take it out of the water again to clean it because it hadn't been cleaned. Enjoy your boat. So now we're taking all that time now, and we're really getting that boat looking good.
Yeah, first you got it towards the middle of the season or whatever, and once you use the boat, you can start tinkering with stuff. I always say that boaters are going to be tinkers because there's always something to fix. Just like a homeowner, just like any other responsibility you have, you always got to be, you know, doing
ready
stuff
for
to it.
Well, I'm happy. I love it. I love it down here at Harrison, and you guys here with Brenner 75 are just a phenomenal addition to boating in this area. I mean, it's just incredible. And the one thing, and I've never had to deal with docks that were underwater, and I still can say that because you guys did it right.
Yeah, and it's just how we've been set up here. Our marina has got floating docks everywhere, whether it's our drive-up docks or if it's our standard docks. You always have a float. The water goes up and down so much in this area with the wind and with the rain and the weather that we get in the spring. A lot of people that have stationary docks, you're going to be walking through the water. There's a lot of hazards there especially with electricity in the water, and the docks can get slippery when they're wet, and they get, you know, the other thing is how you tie up your boat. You tie up your boat the right way. You can cross tie it so the water goes up and down a stationary dock and you're okay. But sometimes you can just tie it right tight to the dock and our whole entire marina will go up and down with the water. So if the water comes up way high and there's flooding, you're probably not going to be using your boat in those circumstances anyways, but at least you know your boat's going to be protected. If you tie it off right on a floating dock, you really don't have a whole lot to worry about.
Let me ask you this. This is one of the things, and we're going to have you in a few weeks on the show. Number one, I really want to get in it. People that are, you know, calling us or, you know, emailing us on the show and everything, they want us to show, you know, how to dock a boat, you know, so we're going to do that. And also, like you were just talking about with tying your boat off, and to make sure, I mean, we don't have tides here, but we almost have worse than tides.
Yeah, well, it depends on what the wind's going. It's really not a strong tide. It's more of the water just varying from the wind and how much water we have in the water datum. And you can check that online and they update it all the time. If you go on NOAA's website, you can search for the Lake Erie water depth, and they'll show you a bunch of different areas and locations you can click on and actually follow where the water is from a low water datum standpoint. It'll be plus or minus where it's at. So you can really track that if you had to keep an eye on it.
Well, the one thing, you know, with 2020 here now, we're not in the water yet. A bunch of people are already. Our weather's been, I think this is our first real spring that we've ever had in the last 6 or 8 years. You know, 60 degrees, 30 degrees, 85 degrees, 60, and that's what it's been. But you're ready to go. People are dropping right now.
Yeah, they've been getting ready, and we've had some nice weather here and there, hit or miss, like you said, with any spring in Toledo area. But there's a lot of stuff to do to the boat, so it depends on how much you have and how much stuff you have to do. If you had any big projects or just your standard maintenance things, bottom paint and waxing, and you know, stuff like that.
Okay, boating wise, you know, we talked a little bit about this. You know, I know the big thing now are the big pontoon boats, and you guys have quite a selection of them, and you're working on those. Plus, you got some great used boats. That's how, you know, I got a nice used boat.
Right. Yeah. This time of year, you know, the brand new boats right now, they're carrying especially if you're talking about a cruiser, a 30-foot plus size boat. You know, the newer ones, or even if they're used and they're newer, they're carrying a very high price tag. So it's really keeping, like, say, the mid-90s to the early 2000s boats that are very good boats and not that old, and it's really helping that market out a lot as far as that goes. It's a very popular boat. You get You get a lot of different amenities and stuff that you do on some of the, as far as the GPSs and some of the other things. The electronics could all be newer when you get a newer boat, but you can always update electronics. You can always update a lot of that stuff, just like you can with other things.
Well, that's why, you know, you make sure. Recommendations for somebody. I've had a few people that are like, you know, I want to get into boating, or I had a little 16-footer or a little 20-footer. I mean, for somebody that wants to step into the gambit of a nice sized boat that you can sleep on, you can, you know, live on, what do you recommend for people to start out with?
Well, as a boat salesman, I'd probably recommend to go to the biggest, fastest boat you can afford, because the minute you buy it, you might be looking for something else.
Right.
As a boater myself, get something that's within your means. You get something that you can, it's not just the price of the boat. You got to put gas in it. You got to maintain it. You don't want to buy something and can't afford with money or time to take care of the boat the right way, because once you don't take care of it, that's when it'll start depreciating a lot more, and that's when you're really not protecting your not your financial investment, but your investment in your free time, basically.
You know, the funny thing is with our boat, I've noticed the problems that we've had most with our boat are all electrical, you know, because things get old and that stuff gets old, and we've done, I mean, we're basically an all new electrical boat now, and I'm glad because I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, that stuff, everything from electrical to structural to cosmetic to canvas, all that stuff needs to be properly taken care of. And if it doesn't, if it sits, that's, you know, a lot of your electrical stuff comes when you're just not sitting. It starts corroding, you're not using it, there's no current going through it, and that's when you see a lot of failures with that stuff. Some of the best advice I give is if you buy a boat, use the boat. Use it and keep it up as best you can, and use it as much as you can. And I'm not saying you'll never have an issue with it, but there might be some little things here and there, and knock on wood, you might have a lot of fun.
Well, I'll tell you, I recommend for everybody too, as we wrap this show up. It's been quite a good day here. We're getting our boat ready, and hopefully we'll be dropping it in next week. I recommend everybody get themselves Boat US for the towing package. I think for my big boat, it was only like $75-80. It was not bad.
That's a good one. You know, safe boating classes are a big one too.
Oh yeah.
Knowing your rules of the road, knowing what to do. The other thing is, I know it was last year, I know the ODNR was doing some classes of the how to trailer a boat correctly and safely, as far as ramping it and getting it on and off the boat at the ramp, because a lot of people don't leave their boat in the water. Some people ramp them. So there's a lot of different ways to experience, enjoy boating. You know, do it safely and do it the right way.
And I know here you do it every year. You'll have the Coast Guard here sometime this summer, and where you'll have some classes, and we'll have that up on our Facebook site, so you can check that out on the Facebook site. And Bill, thank you once again, and steering me clear from stuff, because I always, whenever I want to do a project on the boat, I ask him first, and he looks like, J-Mo, do you really want to do? Come on.
He doesn't always take my recommendations,
but he's good. He's good. He knows what he's doing, and the one great thing about you know, Brenner 75. I mean, you're here, you're down at Pier 75. You guys are still part of the docks too, right?
Yeah, we also we manage for the city of Toledo Skyway docks downtown, so we got our hands full, that's for sure.
Well, we're gonna have a wonderful summer here, and a lot of great shows. And Bill will be showing us some boats and all kinds of good stuff. And he's gonna show you how to dock a boat, and we'll have the drone as you're docking a boat.
There we go. That'll be fun.
See you next week right here on Lake Erie Port of Call.